Okay, so welcome to my little video at Queen Street Yoga. I'm going to actually be talking about the YTR, the Yoga Trauma Recovery course that's offered here. And as I begin, I want to inform you that this is an embodied course. And I mention this as some participants and people who are interested in taking the course, they sometimes come in with pen and paper, which is welcomed, but they want to hear about it and how to do the course. And really the course is about your body's information to you. And so there is not a lot of talking in the course. The other thing is you're welcome to use, to be in a group therapy or have a therapist working with this, because sometimes the body's information that comes to you gives you some information that you may not be able to understand yet or hold. And that space for a therapist outside of this embodied course is an offering for that, because again, we're not teaching coping strategies in that your body is learning how to cope and regulate itself in the course. Now the other thing about YTR is the philosophy and methodology around it that I like to deconstruct, because first of all, the word trauma, I usually deconstruct it right away, like in the first minute or two of the 7-week course. And everybody has their interpretation of trauma. And this is the way that I invite it. I talk about the 3 Ds. And the 3 Ds with trauma, as a result of trauma, is disempowerment. And disassociation is the second one. And then the other one is disembodiment. So disassociation, disempowerment, and disembodiment. And these are the Ds that we're working with in the course. And you get to understand what those 3 words mean for you. And trauma, because trauma really is just a form of helplessness and a power over, and it can come in events, one single incident, or with trauma yoga, complex trauma. So a series of them while you were developing, perhaps in your earlier years. So I talk about that, and you get to explore that. Then lastly, because I'd like to get into a little bit of a class, but lastly, I talk about the methodologies of trauma yoga, because people are coming into yoga and it is okay, but expecting yoga. And even although I'm a yoga instructor, if you meet me in this trauma recovery class, you'll notice that it is not yoga. The word yoga is because we use shapes, forms, and movements that are similar to yoga, and we use it so that we can access a brain that's in a trauma response without getting clinical. But it means that our brains learn to survive, and it can live out in the past really easily and be trapped in the survival loop. So offering these types of methodologies like choice making, you'll notice a lot of choice, a lot of invitation in the class. You'll notice shared experience. I stay on my mat. I do not touch. I do not look really. I'm also in my body. And then you'll hear invitation, choice making, shared authentic experience, and then this thing we call, it's clinical, but it's called interoception. And that is, it just means that we learn to feel and notice things on our bodies. Like I'm here just observing my hands, and I might notice the shape of my hands, some lines on my hands, and that is a form of interoception. It creates a here and now, a present moment experience, and you get to work with that. And that is, if I gave a whole morning workshop in this 5 minutes or so, what trauma yoga is. So let's maybe sample a class, and I'll probably just move right into the class. I might talk a little bit more than I would do in a normal class, but I'd like you to follow along with me if you'd like, okay? And you get to choose to do what you'd like to do, and maybe you choose not to do any of the things and perhaps just observe me, and you're welcome to do that too. So feel free to have your body be comfortable, whatever that means for you. You might be cross-legged, you might be lying down, and perhaps just take a moment to invite yourself into your bodies. And so you might gaze around the room and begin to gaze color or shapes. And perhaps once you've noticed that, you might begin to notice your body in the room. So you might, if you're seated, you might begin to notice the contact that your body's making. So you might notice some more sensations on the left side of your body sitting than the right side of the body. You might notice the weight of your body, and again, you might not. Feel free to move your body. You're welcome to move your body. You don't have to stay with me. Feel free to investigate your body the way you want to. Feel free to stay if you'd like, but if you're ready, you might begin to make movements around your joints. So you might be choosing your wrist, you might be choosing your ankles, and feel free to create movement with your body around your wrist. So you might even notice moving your wrist, the change, maybe of sensations from the inside of your arm to the outside of your arm. You might notice a change in your breath. You might not. You may even begin to notice other parts of your body moving. So feel free to move your body around the joints the way that you'd like. Maybe for 3, 2, if you are ready, you might even begin to move your body right or left, or another way to move your body from the right side to the left is moving it front and back. So you might be choosing what you'd like for your body here. And you have full control of it. You get to choose the size of movement you would like for your body. Perhaps a couple more movements. And maybe notice your body now. You might notice differences on your body. You might be noticing your breath. Another option is noticing your thoughts, their sensations too. So you might be just noticing the thoughts. Feel free when your body's ready to make your way up onto your knees. So if you're choosing to make your way up to your knees, again, you might be placing your hands under your body and maybe just noticing the texture under your hands here. So one way to notice the texture under your hand might be with movement. Or you might be like spreading your hands like really wide and then just exploring maybe sensations between your hands. Or you might be choosing another part of your body to explore sensations under the hands or the feet. When your body's ready, you might begin to explore lifting and rounding your sternum. So your sternum's just above your heart. So you might begin finding the pace for your body to round your sternum. You might begin to notice sensations behind the neck here. And you're welcome to choose if you are matching your breath to movement, or perhaps just investigating the sensations you might be noticing. Maybe at the back of the neck, maybe the spine. So maybe a couple more movements here. You might choose to stay. If you're ready, maybe just bring your body back into a seated form here. Maybe rest the knees. So we might be sitting, so you might be sitting, and extending your legs out in front of your body here. So if you're ready, maybe a couple more shapes and forms to invite, and then maybe close off your practice, okay? So again, you're welcome to move your body in yoga trauma recovery course any way you want. You don't always have to stay with me, okay? If you'd like, you can bend your knees. You can choose your right or left, and then maybe explore like muscles lengthen. So you might begin to notice that. Like you might begin to notice a lengthening out on your body. So you might be lengthening out maybe through the crown of your head, and then you might choose to bring your body into your legs or your legs towards your body. Now another way you can explore this shape on your body is twisting. And if you are bending your right knee, you might be twisting your body towards your right knee. So feel free to investigate that twisting. You might notice, again, if you're exploring muscles, that you might be twisting with the center of your body, and then you might be twisting your head. So you get to, feel free to explore that. And when you're ready, maybe hold the form if you want. You might place that. So if your right knee is bent, you might be placing your right hand down and then just gazing over your right shoulder here. And again, you might be working with that lengthening out of muscles, maybe through the back of the neck, maybe through the crown of the head. Feel free to explore the opposite side of your body when you're ready. And you're always welcome to move your body, if you'd like. Now maybe lengthening and pressing your body towards your legs, or your legs towards your body. When you're ready, you might explore twisting on the opposite side of your body when you're ready. You might notice sensation around the diaphragm. You might even notice your body shaking. You might not, but you might notice your body shaking, or perhaps a change in your breath. So feel free to explore that. Maybe for a couple more counts here, feel free to stay if you would like to explore that a little bit more. If you're ready, maybe extend your legs. So maybe two more shapes here. And this extension of your legs here, you might notice the weight of your heels, or maybe the weight of your body sitting there. Now, this forward fold type of shape, if you're folding and perhaps moving with the lengthening of your muscles, you might notice your sternum just above your heart reaching towards your feet. So feel free to explore that reaching of your sternum towards your feet. You might notice sensations under the legs. You might even choose to carry weight on the head, like maybe bring the chin towards your chest. If your body's ready, you're welcome to choose the pace you'd like for your body to make your way up. Feel free to move your body the way you'd like. Stillness perhaps is a movement. Feel free to be still if you'd like. And perhaps lastly, you might be crossing your legs, or you might be choosing to extend your legs here. So you might here, perhaps as you begin to close your practice today, you might begin to explore that lengthening out through your body. You might choose to close your eyes and stay with your breath. You may notice sensations around your shoulders, or the center of your body. Feel free to investigate that. You might notice that sensations move through your body. You're welcome to move with it. Maybe for 3. 2. If you're ready to end your practice, one way you can end your practice today is perhaps by using your right hand, and you can place it under the left armpit. So your right hand just beside your heart, okay? And then you can use your left hand and place it outside your right shoulder. And perhaps, maybe 5 counts or so, you might explore breathing into your arms here. If you're ready, you're welcome to release or move away from your body with your arms. And as we close, maybe just check in with your bodies. So you might just take notice of your body at the beginning of practice and now. Just notice perhaps what you might be feeling. Again, a way to end the practice again is to gaze around the room, maybe grab objects by shape, or maybe by the sensations of breathing. You might even notice it, like the air, temperature of the air in through your nose, out through your mouth, or just in and out through your nose. So thank you for allowing me to be part of your practice today. You are welcome to explore trauma yoga at any time, or white yoga trauma recovery course at any time. If you ever visit or you are part of our community here. And yeah, thank you.